Hello everyone, my name is Ahmed and I will be taking you through the Consilium UniCampaign and UniAgent and their integration with Microsoft Dynamics and Unified Service Desk. Let's take a quick look on the UniAgent first and see how that performs within the Unified Service Desk. On the screen, you can see the Unified Service Desk for Microsoft Dynamics. Within it, on the right hand side, you can see the UniAgent soft phone interface that displays the agent state on the top and some tabs on the bottom. Let's take a quick look on an inbound scenario. And in order to receive an incoming call, the agent has to be in the ready state. For that, I'll just click on the state button here and make the agent state ready. And now wait for the incoming call. Now you can see as soon as the agent receives the call on the desktop, you can see a screen pop occurs which matches the caller's information within the CRM and provides the information to the agent if available within the CRM. So all the information is fetched from the CRM and presented to the agent before even he answers the call. So as soon as the agent answers the call, he is presented with the information that is already within the CRM. So he can update the information and he can handle the scenario, and he's presented with the call control options like hold or consult or transfer or simply end the call. So as soon as the agent is done with the scenario, has handled the scenario, so he can simply end this call and close this session. Now let's take a look at the UniCampaign side and see how it integrates with Microsoft Dynamics. So on the screen you can see UniCampaign login screen. I'm going to log in into the UniCampaign and I will be presented with the dashboard. So the dashboard presents some information for the active campaigns, so which helps the administrator understand the performance of the campaigns. So any information that is relevant to the performance of the campaigns will be present on the dashboard. Now, the integration of UniCampaign with Microsoft Dynamics or any other external data source is simple. So we just need to configure a data source. So for that, we'll go to the administration section, and under source management, we can configure 5 types of data sources. We can configure a local directory that may act as data source. We can configure an FTP server, SFTP server, or Microsoft Dynamics here. So you can see here we have some Microsoft Dynamics instances configured as well. So if I click on this, you can see a Microsoft Dynamics server is already configured within the UniCampaign. So what this means is that UniCampaign is able to integrate with this instance of Microsoft Dynamics. So we can test the connection here as well. So the connection is successful. Now this data source can be used within UniCampaign as the source of contacts or contact lists. In order to do that, we need to create contact lists. So let's define a contact list first. So what I have to do is choose the particular data source that I want to fetch the data from. Right now I want to use Microsoft Dynamics, and that we just had configured, and give this contact list a name, give it a purpose, and choose a CRM entity that we want to use for this. So I'm just going to use contact. We can use any custom entity that may be present within CRM, or any other CRM entity that we want to use that is helpful for us. I'm going to use contacts. So here we define the filtering. So wherein the actual, because we do not want to import all the contacts from the CRM, we only want to import some contacts from the CRM that are, let's say for example, let's take a look at the contacts that are present within the CRM. So you can see here there are few contacts available within CRM that are active currently. So I'm just going to import few contacts into the into the UniCampaign. Let's take all the managers. So we have two managers here. Let's say job title equal to manager. If we want to add any more condition, we can just simply click on add, or if we want to add another filter, we can add that as well. Now, in order to prioritize contacts based on a certain field within the contact list, we can simply choose sorting. So let's say I want to sort this by first name and I want to use it ascending sort or descending sort. And I'm going to save this contact list. Now this contact list is saved. Now let's move on to the campaigns. So this contact list can then be assigned to the campaigns, any campaign that is present within the system. So here I'm going to assign this contact list to the campaign, which I just created. So we can choose the target country that the contact list targets, and we can schedule the export process for a particular time if we want, if that is required. And now for the repetition, we can choose these contacts to be imported in the campaign for a single time. So for that, we just have to choose single here. But if we want to import new contacts from the contacts or from this particular contact list automatically into the campaign, so for that we can set up the incremental recurrence here and specify an interval. Let's say, for example, if we want to import new contacts that are added in the CRM through another service, external service maybe, and we want to import these into the campaign. So we can choose incremental here and specify the interval here. And after that interval, UniCampaign will automatically import new records that are added in the CRM and import them into the campaign. For this demonstration, let's say we want to import this one time only. I'm going to override the data. And then we have to map the fields within the contact list to the fields within the campaign. I'm going to map business phone to phone one and first name and last name. And then we can choose to filter out duplicate records based on a particular field or a combination of fields. Let's say we want to filter out duplicates based on first name and last name. We can do that, or we can simply ignore this duplicate filter here, and we can choose to filter out certain records from this contact list based on the exclusion list that is maintained by UniCampaign separately. I'm going to click save, and now this list is assigned to the particular campaign. So if we want to see the status of this particular list, we can just look at that list here. You can see here. So right now it's under pre-processing, so there is no data available here, and after some time the data will be available here. So as soon as the list is imported within the contacts are imported within the from the contact list into the campaign, you can see the status here. So there are total of two records that are with the manager title, and both the records have been imported, and the status is here. So if we want to see the actual data that has been imported, we can click on this here, choose the contact list that just has been imported, and you can see here. So the phone has been imported and the first name and last name has been imported here. So we chose the descending order. So you can see the first name is in the descending order. Now let's see how the outbound scenario is handled on the UniAgent. It's not different from the inbound scenario. So let's make the agent ready for receiving the outbound calls. So on the screen you can see uh, the agent is reserved for the outbound call. So this is a direct preview call. So the agent is reserved first and the caller information is presented to the agent. And based on the caller information, the agent can decide to accept or reject this call. So right now I'm going to accept this call. And as soon as the call gets connected with the customer, the agent will be presented with the call controls, and the whole information regarding this particular caller or regarding this particular contact is presented to the agent on the USD in the USD itself, in the unified service desk itself. So he can choose to handle this scenario efficiently. So after the agent is done with the call, he can choose to end this call and close this session. So that is how the outbound scenario works with the UniAgent and UniCampaign integrated with Microsoft Dynamics and Unified Service Desk.